Today's video, Amsterdam just got awesomer.
We are Lisa and Greg, an American couple living abroad in Spain. If you're curious about the crazy, funny, and surprising differences between the US and Europe, you came to the right place. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you can be one of the 20,000 and be a part of the family. All right. This is not just bikes. Everybody loves not just bikes.
Yeah, we love them too.
Yeah, we love them too. We will still include a link in the description so you can go and show them some love. I'm sure they appreciate that. And they're at 1,370,000. We can get them up to like 2 million. Why not?
Give
them a 2 million. Okay, perfect. So I don't really know what I'm watching here.
Something about bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, they don't always do just bikes.
Yeah.
Hence the not just bikes.
We can find out.
But I think it's about bikes.
Okay, we'll find out together. Those make the best reactions anyway.
Yeah, and I didn't understand the thumbnail. It was like some kind of white utopia or something like that. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Let's see why Amsterdam just got awesome.
Okay.
Let's go.
In 2018, Amsterdam Centraal was under construction. In fact, it seemed like Amsterdam Centraal was always under construction.
Oh, that's
now, I generally try not to go to the center of Amsterdam very often because it's basically Disneyland and yet also has too many cars somehow.
Whoa.
But I often go to Amsterdam Centraal to catch a train, and so I've had to navigate construction projects many times over the past few years.
Okay.
But now, finally, this construction is almost complete, and a few days ago, the most impressive part just opened up to the public.
This is what's on the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
There's been a lot of work done to the area around the Amsterdam Central Station in the past decade. Back in 2015, a much delayed project opened that made significant improvements to the station.
What's happening?
It's like a time lapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to see the differences.
Getting rid of this road that cut off the station from the waterfront. Instead of a busy road, there's now a shared space for people walking and cycling, which mostly works, though tourists do sometimes have trouble figuring it out. The road now goes under the station. And there's a spacious new area for buses on top that's much more accessible if you're transferring to or from a train.
Nice.
And they even have this cool hardware for charging electric buses while they wait.
Oh, cool.
The bus station used to be here at the front of the station where this whole area was a sea of asphalt. Another great addition was this tunnel for walking and cycling that allows easy access through the station to the ferry terminal at the back.
And separates the
I used to take this tunnel ferry
You see that person?
access through the station to the ferry terminal at the back. I used to take this tunnel fairly regularly when I was working out of an office in Nord. That is, if I wasn't taking the M52 Metro that day, another great project that opened in 2018. Connecting the north side of Amsterdam to the rest of the city with rapid transit for the first time. The metro station itself is really spacious and modern, and it's a pleasure to ride, though I am surprised that the metros come only every 6 minutes. That seems really infrequent for such a modern metro line. And
does it?
It seems pretty average.
Yeah, every 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
I feel like the small metro out here comes every 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know about the big one.
Yeah.
I hope they increase frequency in the future. There are plans to extend this line to Schiphol Airport in order to divert passengers from the busy train system and allow more trains to run through Amsterdam Zuid, a station which is also seeing insane amounts of construction, but that will have to be a topic for a future video. Back to Amsterdam Centraal. The area in front of the station is much nicer these days, with a very large pedestrianized plaza directly outside of the station, and with this new entrance to the metro. There are several tram stops here too that can take you all over the city. Incidentally, I really appreciate how well trams fit into an area like this. There's no other form of surface transit that is so compatible with pedestrian areas. And
that's so interesting. It's like just in the middle of everything else.
Yeah, my fear would be
and everything.
Because a lot of times these are so quiet.
Yeah.
That you don't even know they're coming. Or you might be like walking and not paying, you've seen those scary, horrible videos where people are looking at their phones.
He's going
and they're
super
just,
slow,
like,
though.
walking.
The train's going pretty slow.
And yeah, he has to be, or he or she has to be like on guard and like ding, ding, ding. And
Yeah.
if he sees someone not paying attention,
Right.
because we're a phone culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are several tram stops here too that can take you all over the city. Incidentally, I really appreciate how well trams fit into an area like this. There's no other form
Well, it looks like a stoplight there, though.
Mm.
You see it with the white stripes on it?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it can go through there, because the pedestrians can't cross.
of surface transit that is so compatible with pedestrian areas, and it's one of the many reasons I love trams so much. The fact that trams are on tracks makes them predictable, so people aren't scared to walk here, and it makes the area completely level, so it's still pleasant to walk, and doesn't provide any obstacles.
This guy. I saw some lady crossing the track. She didn't even look to the left.
Where?
That lady with the suitcase. Unless they don't travel left. Maybe they don't travel left. She must know that.
That lady right there with the suitcase?
With the polka dot suitcase.
The fact
Watch.
that trams are on tracks makes them predictable, so people aren't scared to walk here, and it makes the area completely level, so it's still pleasant to walk, and doesn't provide any obstacles for wheelchairs or mobility scooters either. You really can't get this kind of shared environment with any other form of mass transit. This wouldn't work as well with buses, and you sure as hell can't do this with cars. So while there's been a lot of construction in this area over the past decades, the results have definitely been worth it, but this new project takes it to another level. I mentioned earlier that the bus station used to be in front of the station. This made the front of the station very busy with cars and buses.
So is the station on the right? And the bus, I think this...
On the right?
Yeah. This thing over here.
Oh, way over to the right.
Oh, I don't know where the station's at.
Making the path treacherous for people walking. One of the really nice parts about this latest project is the amount of asphalt has been reduced. As I mentioned, the buses are now at the back, but the road here is also narrower and has much less motor vehicle traffic. But most importantly, this was done by increasing the size of the water in front of the station. You can see from these aerial images how the space devoted to asphalt has been turned into more space for water and boats. This makes the area in front of the station feel much larger and more inviting. Because one of the best things a city can do is to remove asphalt.
Yeah.
One of the glaring problems with Amsterdam Centraal, however, is the bicycle parking. Many years ago, this ugly thing called the Fietsvlot was built to park bicycles in a kind of outdoor bicycle.
Oh, up there?
Yeah.
I was looking at those cool boats.
I know. Like a three level bike thing.
Parking garage. This works okay, but it really doesn't look that great. The Fietsvlot was built in 2001 and was supposed to be a temporary solution until 2004, but it's still here today. And it's now well over capacity, so the area in front of the station was littered with bicycles.
How do you even know?
I don't even know how you know. And those bikes, even two bikes, when they get together, like the boys have their bikes together, it's like hard to pull them apart.
Yeah.
The chain will come off.
Oh, there's my bike. Like, how do you know?
And they're all like on top of each other over here on the left.
I'm like, get this off my bike.
Oh my God.
That's it. Hey, I'm sure that all those hundreds of people, I'm sure they know how to find their bike. This is what they do. We would just have to learn.
How?
I don't know. We just have to learn. It's probably something so simple that we just our brains don't comprehend yet.
And the area behind the station too.
Oh, I've seen those.
In the Netherlands, almost 50% of train passengers arrive on bicycle, and this station is no exception. But that means that there have to be enough parking spaces for all those bicycles. Of course, anybody that doesn't arrive at the station by car is an improvement, so the bike parking has really been a victim of its own success. But this is really not good enough for the busiest and most important train station in Amsterdam. For example, at Amsterdam Zuid, the third busiest station, there are 1, 2, 3 underground parking garages, and
that's so cool. They look like a people mover, like you're going like you're walking, and they just ride up to it. Like,
I know.
That's cool.
So obviously it's not stairs.
Yeah.
They're just riding straight up into it.
Right.
There are 1, 2, 3
See,
underground parking garages, and this last one, opened in 2018, is absolutely stunning.
Oh my
I use it
God.
on a regular basis, even though the other 2 garages
That's so awesome.
I hope they show it in more detail.
I hope so too.
And how do you get your bikes up at the top?
That's a good question. Man, I really want to go there.
I
I think
know,
it'd just be so cool to see
I
that.
think we haven't gotten bikes yet, but I want to get a bike so bad because of these videos.
Yeah.
Even though we don't have the bike infrastructure like they do.
Right.
But
we still have a better bike infrastructure than we had in the US. So
is absolutely stunning. I use it on a regular basis, even though the other 2 garages are technically closer to the station. So when you see parking like that, you can understand why this janky metal structure needed to be replaced, and thankfully it has been.
Oh, okay.
With 2 beautiful new bicycle parking garages.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. Parking structures.
Wow.
It's futuristic.
Go closer. Go
The
closer.
first and most impressive opened up just a few days ago, an underground bicycle parking garage in front of the station.
Oh, look, bikes you can rent.
Actually, underground is not really correct here, as it's actually underwater. This area, which used to be the busy road and bus station, is now mostly water, and the garage was built under it. I was invited to tour the garage with press the day before it opened to the public. It was nice to go from being kicked out for filming to being toured around and offered champagne. Yep, I finally made it to the big time. They also had these cakes with a fish riding a bicycle, perfect for an underwater bicycle parking garage.
Cute.
Mark from Bicycle Dutch was invited too, so you'll see him in some of my shots. Be sure to check out his detailed review of this.
This is so cool.
And then it's like a
like a parking garage, like at the airport.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, everybody remember 29.
Yeah.
29.
I wonder if they're going to show how to get the bikes up there.
Parking garage on his channel, link in the description. And Chris from Modacity was here too.
Oh.
There were some speeches by politicians, some important people got interviewed, but anyway, on to more important things.
Yeah.
That is so awesome that biking or cycling is that important in this country to where they have a whole structure dedicated to it.
And an amount of money and engineering that has to go into an underground water parking lot.
That's crazy.
The entrance to this new garage is wide and spacious, with multiple travelators to bring you and your bike down onto the fishes. This is great because this garage is actually quite deep underwater, and it would be a pain to have to walk in and out of it with your bike. Bicycle parking facilities are only worth building if people actually use them. They have to be as easily accessible as possible, otherwise people will just leave their bicycles parked on the surface instead.
Right.
So at the back of the garage, there's an escalator that goes up here, and it connects directly to the metro station and train station here. So this can be even faster than parking on the surface.
Wait.
Wow.
What did he say?
As people will just...
After you park your bike, then there's a area where you go up those escalators, and that's the entrance to the metro.
Okay.
leave their bicycles parked on the surface instead. So at the back of the garage, there's an escalator that goes up here, and it connects directly to the metro station and train station here. So this can be even faster than parking on the surface. And in case you're wondering, no, Amsterdam doesn't build underground garages where you can ride your...
Oh, do you see that? They have stairs, but then they have like a kind of a ramp for your bike.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not stairs right there.
Oh, I see. So she's walking on the stairs and the bike's on the ramp.
bike into them because the city believes that they're too dangerous after a fatal accident at this one. One thing to note, though, is that there's
so they
no
don't
cover
let
over this
you
entrance.
Ride your bike down the ramp.
Oh, right.
Oh, sad.
I was told this was done to maintain the views of the historic station. However, these roll pads, as they're called in Dutch, get quite slippery when they're wet, so most other garages have a cover and warning signs like this. It does make me wonder if this new garage will be a slip and slide when it rains. When you enter the garage, there are these fare gates where you can
That's fancy.
This?
Yes.
tap your public transit card or bank card. As with most bicycle parking garages in the Netherlands, the first 24 hours is free, and then it's usually €1 and change for every day after that.
Oh, wow.
Though I noticed that the price isn't mentioned on the signage, which is a bit weird because it is at other garages in the city. There is space to park up to 7,000 bicycles in this garage, which makes it the largest in Amsterdam, but not the largest in the Netherlands. That title still goes to the one at Utrecht. As an irrelevant aside, for bicycle parking, instead of saying garage, as is done for cars, the Dutch use the word stalling, which literally translates as stabling, like what is done for horses. I wish we would call these bicycle stables in English too. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
The rows have these LED lights that show how full a given row is, and these lights won't all be green for long. Every row is labeled with a number so you can remember where you parked, though curiously, the racks themselves are not numbered like they are in most other Dutch bicycle garages. What is typical, though, is that bicycles can be parked 2 levels high.
There you go.
And the
I
upper
was like, I
rack
have to lift my bike.
Yeah. That's awesome.
are spring-loaded to make it easy to lift your bicycle up. There are sections with slightly larger racks too, where bicycles with crates can be parked, though one glaring omission is that larger bicycles, such as cargo bikes, aren't allowed to park in this garage. So I'm not entirely sure where you're supposed to park a bakfiets at Amsterdam Centraal now. The staff just told me there will be an area on the east side. This seems pretty typical.
Bike. A cargo bike?
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Obviously you can bring cargo.
Like those big bikes that we see with a box in the front?
Yeah. I don't know.
Unfortunately, the relatively new parking garage at the Beursplein was also not built to allow cargo bikes. So they recently created this little area at the back where you can park a few bakfiets.
They just showed cargo bikes.
Oh, wow.
And at Amsterdam Zuid, only one of the 3 parking garages allows for bakfiets parking.
What do you say, bakfiets parking?
I think that's the name he was calling them before.
Oh.
What is accounted for is overfiets, the public bicycles that can be rented by the day from most train stations in the Netherlands. Eventually, this whole open area will be full of rental bikes. These are fantastic when you're visiting a city by train but need to get around by bicycle when you get there.
Yeah.
I've used them many times in other cities, and I should probably make a video about them someday. And there's also a bike shop in case you need some repairs done to your bike, or need to pick up some parts or accessories.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I went back to this parking garage on the first weekend that it was open, and with so many people, I noticed just how annoying these automated travelator warnings are.
It's a person talking.
Oh.
So I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, I see. He's talking about, I thought I was looking for something.
Yeah, I thought
I noticed just how annoying these automated travelator warnings are.
He couldn't make it to a video without getting angry.
I know. He has to be annoyed by something.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Inside the garage, there were lots of people taking pictures and video. This has become the newest Amsterdam tourist attraction.
I bet.
So it goes without saying that this garage, bicycle stable, is stunningly beautiful. It's obvious that a lot of time, effort, and money has gone into designing it. This bicycle parking isn't an afterthought. It's not some small dark corner where they decided to stuff in some bicycle racks like you'll find in so many other countries. People may ask, how can they afford all this stuff? But the real question is, how can other cities afford not to? Cycling is considered to be first-class infrastructure here because Amsterdam recognizes that every single person who shows up to the train station by bicycle is ultimately saving the city money, and so it's encouraged as much as possible by being inviting, functional, but also beautiful. That bicycle shop I mentioned has this glass wall, where every square is a famous painting by Dutch artists.
Oh.
And one wall of the garage is old maps of Amsterdam, starting from about 1,000 years ago and continuing to the present day.
Oh, wow.
They are also made up of paintings. At the back of the garage are these sculptures, which were designed in the 1960s. They were preserved from a demolished building, but they fit right in. And the roof of the garage has these huge circular lights that document the nautical history of the
What the
Netherlands
heck?
through historical paintings.
Golly.
It's nice that infrastructure
Nice.
projects in the Netherlands almost always have an art budget. That tunnel through the station that I showed earlier also has this artwork on the walls, and
What?
I love this so much. There's so many other cities I've lived in where public projects are designed as cheaply as possible, with little or no thought as to how they'll actually look. I am convinced that traveling through horribly ugly places on a regular basis takes a toll on your mental health. And car infrastructure is
Where was that?
Well, he's from Canada.
Do you think that's what that is?
This is probably Canada. It surprisingly looks like the United States.
Yeah. The Waffle House, Panda Express. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
a regular
Exactly.
basis takes a toll on your mental health. And car infrastructure is inherently ugly and dehumanizing.
Yeah, I see
I strongly believe that there are
Canadian.
benefits to society for people to be regularly traveling to, from, and
Oh,
through
wow.
places that are beautiful.
Yeah,
And I'm glad to live in
yeah.
a country that appreciates that too. So that's the first garage, and it's definitely impressive, but there's actually a second bicycle parking
What
garage
the-
that's still under construction that will open in a few weeks. This second bicycle parking garage is underground, not underwater, located behind the station on the riverside. This is great for people approaching from the north side and the ferries across the river. It's quite a bit simpler than the garage at the front of the station. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still really nice,
Oh,
but
wow.
it's not all full of fancy artwork either. There's no
Oh no.
I ain't going to that one.
get me wrong, it's still really nice, but it's not all full of fancy artwork either. There's no travelator here, so you have to bring your bike up the stairs like a goddamned animal.
There he goes. There he goes. We thought the other one was
No,
it, but
yeah, that's
this
it
is
right
it.
there.
Okay.
I gotta hear that again.
God damn.
There's no
animal.
travelator here, so you have to bring your bike up the stairs like a goddamned animal. But then this garage isn't very far
And then he goes right back to it. But then
underground, so it's not very difficult either. The building follows the curve of the river, which makes it quite a bit more visually interesting than a rectangular box.
Oh.
But since there are just several long rows, the sections are labeled with words instead of row numbers. And each rack is labeled to help you find your bicycle when you
Oh.
return. And they were also playing music in here for some reason. Some Gangnam style while you park your bicycle.
oh, and then you can see the lights at the top, whether or not they're vacant.
Oh, yeah, clever.
This garage is a great use of the long, narrow space behind the station, and I'm really looking forward to it opening so that maybe, just maybe, we can get a
Pretty.
few years
That
without
is.
construction at Amsterdam Central. That is, until the next time they decide to make it even awesomer.
Exactly.
Aw.
If you'd like to see more about these parking garages, be sure to check out the video that Bicycle Dutch put together, as he's seen a lot more of them than I have.
Oh,
And if you'd like more Not Just Bikes content, consider subscribing to Nebula. I assume you've heard of Nebula before, but it's the creator-owned streaming platform where you can watch my content as well as videos from over
Oh, yeah, I
150
remember.
other
Yeah.
creators, all ad-free and sponsor-free. You'll also find classes, podcasts, and lots of other
Okay.
content on Nebula from many of your favorite educational creators.
all right.
Go to his site, obviously.
Yes, to
and
get
go to
all
his
those
video
great
to get all that.
things there.
Yeah.
Okay, that was awesome.
That was neat.
Yeah.
I just want a bike.
Do you want to go to
I want to live in
Amsterdam?
Netherlands.
Oh, now we're moving
Sorry,
there.
Spain. Okay.
We move. I mean, where are we moving?
I don't know.
Germany, Netherlands,
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah.
Oh no. All right. Okay.
Yes to all of them.
Yes to all of them. All
Whoa,
right.
3,300 comments.
Whoa. All right. Let's take a look. If you'd like to sign up for Nebula, use this link to get a discount. All right. All right. I swear, every video where he points out, look at the old infrastructure that the Netherlands had. It was shameful and awful and ugly. And you see that it's better than anything your country would make. That's true. I want that ugly outside bike parking in Ireland, for God's sake.
Cute.
All right, let's see here. Netherlands has finally recognized him as their country
Oh.
promoter. Congratulations are in order for the man. Yeah, because they invited him there. Yeah, he said he got invited there with the press.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's why I got to see that.
Okay, I see.
6 minutes in in 6 minutes is infrequent. I just can't get over that sentence. Public transit in the U.S. really can be much better. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why we think 6 minutes is not bad, because out here it's 7 in the smaller metro.
Right. So look, I just want to read this one. As an American, hearing a complaint about trains only coming every 6 minutes was insane. Whoa, let's go. I love one train every 2 hours. That was a great video.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Perfect. So if you want to support the channel more, we do have a Patreon. We have a free option and a paid option, and both of those have the Discord link, and that's where all the fun, exciting stuff happens. As always, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video.
Bye.
Peace.